If there's just one thing that Rolex is doing exceptionally well, then it has to be how they visually present themselves. They make it in a way that makes their products seem extremely luxurious and supreme. Positioning themselves like that on the market allows them to charge extremely high prices, luxury prices, without actually changing the product itself. This strategy, branding your product as a premium product, doesn't just work in the luxury watch industry. No, this works with any offer.
Doesn't matter if it's a service or an actual physical product.
In a second, I'll show you the top 3 ways you can make your product a premium product with visual branding and design. But first, I want to give you a reason why you should even listen to me. Hey, I'm Tobias and I've been a designer since I was 13 years old. I actually used to make Minecraft texture packs, if you know what that is. But over these years, I've learned a ton. And one thing that stood out to me was how design and the entire visual identity of a product impacts its price. I found out that design in itself isn't just making something look cool and sleek and stuff. It goes way beyond that. It literally translates one-to-one into how much you can charge for something and how you position yourself, your product, and especially its price on the market. A very good and simple example for this is a bottle of water. There are a bunch of water brands, but essentially water is almost always the same. Sure, some water has a bit more minerals than others, but for the most part, it's water. Still, there are water brands that charge you 10 times the amount that other water brands cost. With that said, let's jump over to my computer onto number 1. Number 1 is product display. No matter what you're offering, there is a way to display it visually. Most of the time with a simple image. And I've got a very good example right here prepared for you. Imagine you're interested in a roofing company and you're looking up online a bunch of different roofing services, maybe search Facebook Marketplace, company websites, whatever. And then you see one company that greets you with the image on the left side, while a different one uses the image on the right side. Now you tell me which one you're going to choose. Which one seems more premium? Which one seems more legit to you? Usually roofing is a big deal. You don't want anyone to fuck that up. Me personally, I would go for the right one. And if we go even farther, let me ask you, which one of them would be able to charge a higher price?
Displaying a high price tag below that left image would even look kind of weird.
The entire goal of product display is to give your potential customer a feel of your product in action, or even connected with emotions if possible. Same thing goes for logo designs, for example, or any kind of design work. If you do any kind of design work, I recommend you use some kind of mock-up every time you show off your work, because it gives it this extra premium feel. If you want to know how to make these kinds of mock-ups, there are easy to use templates online. I will link some below. And then I've prepared a few more examples actually of good product displays. Apple is a really good one. The people at Apple, seriously, they're so good at marketing. Sometimes it's a bit crazy. So here you see that person is holding an iPhone in front of their face to hide their face actually, and in the front it says privacy. That's iPhone, because you get it, like privacy, they're hiding their face. Very good example of a product in action. Then there's actually one of my mock-ups. It's a real estate website. Doesn't really matter though. You see, like, the website is put into action. Like, the mock-up is clean looking, it looks premium. You probably wouldn't be surprised that I charge you a higher price for that. Same goes for below that. Here again, one of my websites, actually my old portfolio website, on another mock-up. And actually I've left the best example as last. In fragrance ads, it's literally always the same pattern. They take some very good looking person and let them perform something that is perceived by other people as a cool thing to do. Like, essentially, they're painting a picture of a person that the customer wants to be themselves. And then they go ahead, buy the fragrance, thinking that wearing that fragrance will get them one step closer to their dream persona. Next on our list is brand design. Very, very simplified. There are two parts to brand design when you want to visually display something. There's the typeface you're using and the colors, also referred to as the color palette. Let's go over an example so you see how big of an impact the typeface and the colors have. For the example, I used a car dealership. Looking at the typography and the colors right here, what kind of car would that car dealership be selling? Exactly. It could be any. It has no personality to it. People want to buy from experts, and if you sell all kinds of cars, you're not an expert, you're just another car dealer. While on the other hand, in our next example, things are looking a bit different over here. What we've used here is a serif font, and serif fonts make everything immediately look more elegant and luxurious. If this was your typeface with some kind of neutral pastel colored color palette, this would work very well together. You would have some sort of a premium branding. You would expect that car dealer to sell Rolls Royces, Bentleys, luxury cars. And then in our next example, we've got the Bobby car. You're familiar with the Bobby car? You know where this is going. And here are some more. Essentially, colors and typefaces play a huge role in how the brand is perceived. Now, number 3 is where all these come together. Your website or some kind of other online platform. Taking again the example of the roofing company. Which one of these offers would you click on? Obviously, the left one. Here, as I said, is where all the different elements, the product display, such as the typography and the color, come together. I've built that on a blue theme with a kind of premium looking typeface, not too premium and luxurious because it's a roofing company. Like, you're not renting out Bentleys. Although I didn't go all in on a luxurious look, it still feels premium, and that's what we want. I've got another example for you. Here we got the Elite Gold watch. To be honest, I don't even know what it's actually called. Here I went for different color theme, more of a luxurious one with actually the Rolex colors. It's that bit golden yellowy look with green buttons down here, green accents, and I didn't even bother changing the text. But you see, like, it already has a completely different feel than what we had earlier with the roofing company. And as a contrast to that, I actually found a real website that looked like this. And now you tell me, which one of those would you choose if you were to buy a watch? It's an actual page called Horrendo. You guys at Horrendo, if you need any help redesigning and leveling up this page right here, I'm open for inquiries. Email is down below. Shameless plug right there. And as a little bonus, number 4, really short one, display higher prices. Don't be afraid to display higher prices on your site or tell clients that your service, your product costs this and that, because higher prices are directly tied to how valuable your product is perceived. For example, if you tell me that your website service, it costs $200 for the entire website, I'm going to think like, yeah, that can't be good. Like $200, that can't be like a really good website, gotta be trash. Although it might not be. Telling your client that your product is expensive might often be the right move, because people are willing to pay for premium stuff. They're willing to pay extra for extra value. When I started out building websites for customers, I was charging so little. That was actually why I didn't make any sales, because people thought my service was trash because it was so low priced. Go ahead, up that pricing, and you'll see that you will have to do with a whole different group of people. When you charge low prices, you will first of all compete with all the other people charging low prices, and second of all, you will work with all these penny pinchers. They will ask you to do extra work for what, like an extra $10? Seriously. Went on a little rant right there. Actually mad at myself that I didn't realize that earlier. Could have saved me from a lot of hassle. I hope you found value in this. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of me, and consider joining my newsletter if you want to have some behind the scenes insights and what's going on in my head. I share a lot of thoughts in there. I wish you a pleasant rest of your day and see you in the next one. Bye.